So picture this. It's been months, maybe even a year now. The phone's quiet. The texts stopped long ago. And the person you can't stop thinking about, they've clearly moved on, chosen a completely different direction.
But for you, it's like they're still right there.
Exactly. Living in your head, taking up all this space, just as vivid, just as present as if they never actually left.
It's this really excruciating place to be stuck, isn't it? We might call it emotional obsession, but I think it feels more like being caught in emotional quicksand.
Yeah, quicksand or limbo.
Yeah.
Where the past just refuses to stay in the past. It keeps bleeding into right now, and it stops you moving forward.
And that leads to the question, the one that probably keeps you staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m.
Why? Why is it so unbelievably hard to let go of someone who, let's be honest, has already let go of you? That's what we're diving into today.
Yeah, our mission for this deep dive is to really explore those hidden corners of the mind, where this obsession digs in, and, importantly, what it costs you, what this loop slowly steals if you don't figure out how to break free.
And we want to put our central idea right out there from the start, this kind of emotional obsession. It's rarely about what's happening now.
Almost always, it's grief in disguise. That's the anchor. That's where we need to begin.
Okay, grief in disguise. Let's unpack that. Because when a really deep connection ends, it's not just one simple loss we're dealing with, is it?
Not at all. Our research suggests it's more like 3 distinct layers of grief, all painful, all tangled together.
Okay, layer 1. That's the straightforward one, right?
Right.
Missing the actual person.
Yeah, the person themselves, their presence, maybe their laugh, the way they saw things, just them, the absence of them.
The layer 2, you call this one insidious.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because this layer is grieving what could have been.
The fantasy future.
Exactly. You're not just mourning the person who left, you're mourning this whole elaborate future you built in your imagination where they were front and center, and your brain. It grieves that potential life, that lost possibility, just as hard as if it had actually happened.
That makes so much sense, because the promise felt incredibly real.
Yeah.
And losing that promise leaves this huge void.
It does. And then there's the third layer. This one feels really personal, vulnerable.
It's grieving the version of you that existed in that connection.
Precisely. You're grieving the you that felt safe enough to open up completely, the you that was brave enough to really invest, and then got deeply hurt when that openness wasn't protected.
Yeah.
That specific injury, that hit to your ability to trust and be vulnerable again, that needs careful attention, serious, gentle healing.
And this is where the obsession really sinks its teeth in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tying into validation and self-worth.
Absolutely crucial. It's a key insight. Many of us, often without realizing it, we tie our core sense of worth, our feeling of being okay, to getting attention or approval from that one person.
Their attention made you feel special, seen, like nobody else could.
Right. And in doing that, you effectively handed over your emotional remote control. Your locus of control becomes external. Your feeling of worth depends entirely on them.
So when they pull that attention away, suddenly stop providing that validation. It's not just hurtful, it feels like something inside you actually breaks.
Yes, a shattering, like sudden sharp proof that you're just not enough.
And the logic, the flawed emotional logic, becomes, well, if they don't want me, I must be fundamentally unworthy.
And what happens then? The paradox. You start chasing their ghost. The memory, that echo, desperately hoping that getting them back, getting that external validation again will somehow make you feel whole.
Okay, but hold on. Intellectually, I can get that. I can know my worth is inherent. It doesn't depend on someone else. But why does the feeling, the emotional pull, still drag me back towards needing their approval?
Because the emotional wiring is often much faster, much more primitive than our intellectual understanding. The real aha moment here, the shift we need, is realizing that letting go isn't about forgetting them.
It's
about reclaiming yourself, taking back that locus of control. It's a radical act of remembering. You were whole before them. You are whole now. You have to truly internalize that you are enough, period, regardless of who stays or goes.
Remembering yourself, that leads to another key point, doesn't it? That sometimes the attachment isn't even just to the person themselves.
Exactly. We get intensely attached to the emotional experience they made possible for us.
How so?
Well, think about it. Maybe they showed up when you were feeling really low, really vulnerable, and they made you feel safe, or truly seen, or just emotionally alive again, maybe for the first time in ages.
That feeling is powerful, almost addictive.
Incredibly powerful and necessary. So when that person leaves, when the bond breaks, the pain isn't just, I miss them. It feels like losing access to those vital feelings within yourself. Like part of your emotional foundation just crumbled.
Okay, I see. It feels like losing a part of you.
It does. But here's the trap. Staying emotionally hooked to someone who isn't choosing to be there, it keeps you stuck, paralyzed in the past, grieving something that isn't coming back.
So the healing shift is.
It starts when you consciously decide to give yourself the very things, the safety, the validation, the feeling of being seen that you were hoping to get from them. You learn to source it internally.
Which brings us neatly into the whole idea of the illusion of connection. This idea that we fall for the fantasy, maybe more than the reality.
That's often the engine driving the obsession. You're chasing this idealized projection, a version of them that maybe never quite existed, or at least wasn't the whole picture. Or you're chasing a fantasy future you desperately wanted to be real.
And this tends to grow when we feel something's missing inside us.
Yeah, when internal needs like self-worth, emotional security, or just basic connection feel unmet or out of reach in our current life, the obsession becomes a distraction, a focal point.
So letting go isn't just about moving on from them.
It's about coming home to you, gently, purposefully, addressing whatever internal void that obsession was trying to fill.
And while that's happening internally, externally, that's when the frantic searching starts, right? The hunt for signs.
Oh, the digital detective work. We've all probably done it. Checking their social media constantly. Are they online? Who liked their post? Watching every single story.
Trying to decode everything. Was that song lyric about me? Is that vague quote a secret message?
It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's driven by something psychologists call confirmation bias.
Meaning
Meaning your heart already believes deeply that there's still a connection. So your brain goes hunting for any scrap of evidence out there, however tiny or ambiguous, to confirm that belief it already holds.
but the painful truth.
Is that real connection, genuine connection? It doesn't need a decoder ring.
Right. It's clear, consistent, mutual.
Exactly. If you're spending hours analyzing their digital breadcrumbs, it's probably not a sign of an energetic tie. It's more likely anxiety wearing a connection costume.
And our minds love to complicate things further by romanticizing the past, don't they? Especially when the pain flares up.
Oh, absolutely. The brain flips to the highlight reel. It's almost like a defense mechanism, focusing on the good bits to avoid the current pain or the messy truth.
We remember the laughter, that amazing chemistry, the initial spark.
Yeah.
Pure magic.
But we conveniently edit out the tougher stuff. The anxiety you felt waiting for their call, the long silences, the feeling that things were maybe kind of one-sided underneath it all.
So we need a reality check
Yeah.
for the heart.
We do. And there's a really practical tool for this. Grab a piece of paper, literally, 2 columns.
Okay.
Label one fantasy, the other reality.
Got it. Fantasy versus reality.
Under fantasy, write down that perfect glowing memory you keep looping on. That time we talked all night and I felt completely understood. Then, under reality, add the full context, honestly. Reality. Felt understood for those few hours, yes. But then they didn't reply for 3 days and flaked on our next plan.
Ouch.
But necessary. Totally necessary.
Right.
Not to punish yourself, but to lovingly, gently remind your heart of the whole truth. Healing needs that honesty, especially about the gap between who they seemed to be in moments and who they actually were consistently.
Which leads us to maybe the hardest part. Creating your own closure. Because so many of us get stuck waiting, right?
Tuck in limbo.
Replaying conversations, analyzing last words, desperate for that one missing piece, that explanation that will finally make it all make sense.
We wait and wait, holding out hope they'll come back and give us the perfect closing speech we feel we need.
But here's the tough love and also the empowering truth. That kind of closure you're waiting for, it might never arrive.
And even if it did?
Even if they showed up with the most eloquent apology or explanation, those words probably wouldn't heal you the way you imagine they would. The healing doesn't actually live in their explanation. So this is where you take your power back.
Exactly. Closure isn't something you passively receive. It's something you actively create inside yourself.
Yeah.
You grant it to yourself when you accept what happened, when you acknowledge the reality, even if you never fully understand the why behind their actions.
You choose your own healing over waiting for their reasons.
You decide your future peace is more important than dissecting their past behavior. It's a decisive moment.
I like the metaphor you used earlier. The longer you stand at that closed door, waiting for them to formally shut it.
The longer you're preventing yourself from turning around and seeing the new door that's waiting for you to walk through, you keep yourself stuck there.
Another trap that keeps us stuck. The comparison trap.
Oh, this is a big one. Every time you meet someone new, maybe go on a date, boom, instant comparison.
You're measuring them against the ghost. Well, they're nice, but they don't have their specific charm, or they don't make me feel seen in that exact same way.
Right. We use the memory of the past person as the gold standard, the benchmark against which everyone else inevitably falls short.
But we have to reframe that, don't we? Reframe familiarity.
We absolutely do. It's okay to value what was good, what you shared, but don't let it blind you. You're comparing a real, complex, present person to a static, probably idealized memory. It's not a fair fight.
And that feeling of familiarity, it doesn't always mean right or healthy.
Not at all. Sometimes holding on to what feels familiar just means you're holding on to what's unhealed. The known pain can feel safer than the unknown possibility of something new, something potentially better.
So the right person, when they come along.
They won't just be a faint echo of the past. They'll show up fully, present, real, invested, mutual. They'll bring clarity, not the anxiety the obsession thrived on.
Okay, so if you're listening right now and you are deep in this, caught in this obsessive loop, please hear this.
You are not crazy. You're not weak.
It just means you love deeply. You felt something real and powerful, and that's a testament to your capacity to connect.
Absolutely. But the love that truly heals, the love that recenters you now, has to start with self-love, which means beginning the process of gently setting down that weight you've been carrying.
You deserve peace, not just from them, but from the part of you that felt it had to hold on so tight for so long.
Letting go of the obsession. That's the moment you truly start coming home to yourself, reclaiming your center.
You deserve a love from yourself and eventually from another that feels mutual, certain, safe.
And look, this takes time. Be incredibly patient and kind to yourself through this. You don't just flip a switch.
So when the urge hits, that intense pull, that spike of emotion that makes you want to check their profile right now or send that text.
Recognize it. Name it. It's an emotional wave. That's all it is. Temporary.
And riding the wave means?
It means having a plan. Simple, concrete actions you can take in that moment to care for your present self instead of feeding the past obsession.
Like what?
Take a walk. Literally change your scenery. Scribble furiously in a journal. Get it out. Let yourself cry if you need to release the pressure. Put on your favorite upbeat song really loud. Text a friend about anything but them.
Small actions. Conscious diversions.
Exactly. They help you move the emotional energy through your body without acting on the impulse. And slowly, truly, moment by moment, the waves start to get smaller, less frequent.
Until one day.
One day, you'll look back and realize that intense pain, that difficult obsession, it wasn't the end. It was actually the turning point, the moment you finally fully chose yourself and found your way back home.
So as we wrap up, we want to leave you with a final thought, something to really sit with today.
If you recognize that the love or the connection you've been obsessing over, if it wasn't actually mutual, if it wasn't certain, if it didn't feel truly safe,
And if you can accept deep down that you absolutely deserve a love that is all of those things,
then ask yourself this. What is one specific, concrete, immediate action you can take today, right now, or later this afternoon, to honor your own inherent worth? An action completely separate from their memory.
what's that one step towards choosing yourself?
Find it. Commit to it. Choose you.
We'll see you on the next Deep Dive.